In modern society, we spend most of our time in comfortable temperatures. Air conditioning and heating systems have made it possible for us to maintain a comfortable environment regardless of the season. However, recent studies suggest that this comfort may actually be detrimental to our health. On the contrary, there is increasing evidence that moderate exposure to cold can have a positive effect on our health and longevity. In this article, we will look at why living in the cold is good for our health and how we can practice it safely. Scientific evidence for cold exposure. Research on the health effects of cold exposure, or cold exposure, has increased rapidly in recent years. These studies suggest that moderate exposure to cold can provide the following benefits. 1. Improved metabolism. When exposed to cold environments, our bodies expend more energy to maintain body temperature. This process activates a special type of fat tissue called brown fat. Brown fat produces heat, burning calories in the process. 2. Enhanced immune system. Moderate cold stress can stimulate the immune system to work more effectively. This can increase your resistance to common illnesses like colds and flu. 3. Reduced inflammation. Chronic inflammation can be the cause of many diseases. Cold exposure can help reduce inflammation in the body. 4. Improved mental health. Extreme forms of cold exposure, such as immersing yourself in cold water, can stimulate the release of stress hormones, which in turn can increase the release of endorphins, which can make you feel good. 5. Improved sleep quality. When your body temperature drops, the secretion of the sleep hormone melatonin is stimulated. Staying in a slightly cooler environment at night can improve your sleep quality. 6. Increased endurance. Regular cold exposure can increase your body's tolerance to stress, which can improve your overall endurance. 7. Potential for extended lifespan. Some animal studies have shown that living in slightly cold temperatures can extend your lifespan. Of course, more research is needed before this can be directly applied to humans. How to practice cold exposure. You don't have to take extreme measures to reap the benefits of cold exposure. Here are some ways you can safely practice in your daily life. 1. Control your indoor temperature. In winter, lower your indoor temperature by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. This will also help save energy. 2. Cold shower. When you shower in the morning, finish with cold water for the last 30 seconds or so. You can gradually increase the time you are exposed to cold water. 3. Increase outdoor activity. Enjoy regular outdoor activity even in winter. Activities such as walking, jogging, and biking are great ways to get the benefits of cold exposure and exercise at the same time. 4. Ice bath. It may sound extreme, but immersing your body in cold water with ice for a short period of time is a method practiced by many athletes. However, this should be done safely under the guidance of a professional. 5. Cryotherapy. This is a treatment that briefly exposes the entire body to extremely low temperatures. It can be safely received at a professional facility. 6. Light clothing. When indoors, wear light clothing that makes you feel slightly cool. This causes the body to expend more energy to regulate its temperature. 7. Swimming. Swimming in cold water is an effective way to expose your entire body to cold temperatures. However, you must be especially careful about safety. Precautions for cold exposure. Cold exposure can provide many benefits, but it can also be dangerous. The following precautions must be observed. 1. Gradual approach. Sudden exposure to extreme cold temperatures can be dangerous. Start slowly and gradually. 2. Recognize individual differences. Not everyone reacts to cold temperatures in the same way. Observe your body condition carefully and do not overdo it. 3. Medical consultation. If you have a chronic disease such as heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes, you must consult a doctor before practicing. 4. Safety first. In particular, safety should always be the top priority when engaging in activities in cold water. If possible, seek professional guidance. 5. Avoid overexposure. The benefits of cold exposure can be obtained in moderation. Overexposure can be harmful. 6. Caution for children and the elderly. Children, the elderly, and pregnant women may have reduced body temperature regulation abilities, so special care must be taken. The scientific mechanism of cold exposure. Let's take a closer look at the scientific mechanisms of the positive health effects of cold exposure. 1. Hormesis effect. Hormesis refers to the phenomenon in which moderate levels of stress can have a beneficial effect on the organism. Cold exposure can cause this hormesis effect. 2. Improved mitochondrial function. Cold exposure improves the function of mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of cells. This improves overall cellular health and energy production. 3. Increased adiponectin. Cold exposure stimulates the production of a hormone called adiponectin. This hormone helps increase insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. 4. Norepinephrine secretion. Cold stimulates the secretion of norepinephrine. This hormone increases concentration, improves mood, and promotes fat breakdown. 5. Improved vascular health. Cold exposure can increase the elasticity of blood vessels by repeatedly constricting and relaxing them. Real-life cases of cold exposure. There are many cases that claim the benefits of cold exposure. The most famous is that of Wim Hof, aka the Iceman. He became famous for his ability to maintain body temperature in extreme cold, which he claimed to have benefits, such as improved immunity and reduced inflammation. Also of note is the Nordic sauna culture. This tradition of alternating exposure to hot, sauna and cold water has been around for centuries and is believed to promote health and longevity. Cold exposure and modern life. In modern society, we spend most of our time in a comfortable temperature range called the thermoneutrality zone. This may be comfortable in the short term, but in the long term, it can reduce our body's ability to adapt. Incorporating cold exposure into our daily lives is not just about gaining health benefits, but also about restoring our body's natural ability to adapt. It can provide a suitable stimulus to our bodies, which have become accustomed to the comforts of modern life, and make them more robust. Conclusion. The saying that, "You have to live in the cold to live long," may be an exaggeration, but it is clear that moderate exposure to cold temperatures can provide various health benefits. Studies have shown various positive effects, such as improved metabolism, strengthened immunity, and improved mental health. However, this does not mean that you should take extreme measures. Small changes in daily life can safely benefit from cold exposure. It may be enough to slightly lower the indoor temperature, take a cold shower occasionally, or enjoy outdoor activities in the winter. The important thing is to approach it safely, considering your personal health and constitution. It is important to consult a doctor before attempting cold exposure. Start gradually, and carefully monitor your body condition. It is also important to remember that cold exposure is only one element of a healthy lifestyle. Its effects can be maximized when practiced together with other healthy lifestyle habits, such as a balanced diet, regular exercise, sufficient sleep, and stress management. As research on cold exposure progresses in the future, we will be able to discover ways to utilize it more effectively and safely. At present, we do not fully understand the long-term health effects of cold exposure. Therefore, we need to closely monitor the results of future research. On the other hand, cold exposure provides an opportunity to rethink our lifestyles and environments. Beyond the simple health benefits, in modern society, we may be so focused on comfort that we are losing our ability to adapt to natural environmental changes. Appropriate cold exposure can help our bodies regain their natural adaptability and even restore our connection to nature. Finally, we do not need to take the saying, "Live in the cold," to live longer, literally. It is better to understand it as meaning that providing our bodies with appropriate stimulation, stepping out of our comfort zone, and sometimes accepting challenges can help our health. We must remember that a healthy life ultimately comes from a balanced approach. Cold exposure can be a new and challenging concept for many. However, if we approach it gradually and listen to our bodies, it can help us experience a new dimension of health and well-being. If we trust our body's amazing adaptability and have the courage to sometimes accept discomfort, we will be able to live healthier and more vibrant lives. Hi everyone, so far we have looked at the health science of cold exposure. I hope this information has been helpful and given you some new perspectives. Cold exposure can be a useful tool in your journey to a healthy life. But always remember to put your safety and personal health first. If you want to get more health and wellness information, please subscribe now. And if you found this video helpful, please like it. If you want to be the first to see new videos, please turn on notifications. I support your healthy and vibrant life. See you in the next video.